What's up, Steeler Nation? We are the Observers, and believe it or not, Grant, Smo, and Chris are all on one call again. Gentlemen, long time no see.
What have we been observing?
Nothing, man. Bunch of bums.
It's been a roller coaster. I mean, we haven't been on since the Observers trip.
It's been that long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
we haven't
man.
done it, nothing since then. So
And that was before? We
that
got
was when we
followed
were
up after,
good.
huh?
We've been observing the same thing that we observe every year. That's what we've been observing.
it's been
The
a
same
colossal.
team, the same, the same result, the same everything. This is just what we observe.
A colossal collapse. I mean, over that time, we beat Redskins or Commanders, excuse me, beat the Ravens, and we were all riding high. People were talking Tomlin coach of the year. And then we go on this skid. And everyone saw that schedule.
Well, we even before that we beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Where we put up 40 points.
Yep. When we did that, after we lost to the Browns, came back, beat the Bengals, and then it was go time on that gauntlet. I never dreamed we'd never win. We wouldn't win again. Oh, we
Yeah. I
did. We,
thought,
we didn't. We did beat Cleveland again.
But yeah, the
Mhm.
with Cleveland.
Yeah. I never dreamed we wouldn't win again,
we
especially when
let
we unleash hell in December. Usually.
we let the podcast ride and we were just observing and then it just fell apart. It was ugly. But over that time, like, what's been going on?
Over that time, you hate Russell Wilson now. Uh, you grew a beard. What else?
Well,
I
I
got a
mean,
foot of
one of the reasons.
snow.
Well, remember on the Observers trip after the Observers Golf Open, with which Smo and I ended up winning dinner.
They
Now
did
there
win.
was
They did win the dinner.
so we were out in the backyard. Grace had this nice yard, playing football and stuff, drinking, having a blast. And then
Drinking.
there was a point in time where Smo and I were just like going for jump balls, right? And do you remember whenever I was like, I broke my finger?
Yes, I threw the
So
pass.
yeah. So I don't remember, did I show you like I had it so like weeks later, it never healed. And I didn't like think anything of it until like I was lifting and I couldn't like grip something. So I was like, okay, I need to do something about this. So get an x-ray, urgent care, and they're like, well, it's not broken, but here, wear this like splint. So they had me in this like little
Yeah,
device,
we
right?
saw that.
They referred me to a hand specialist, and they're like, "You need to have surgery. You can't work out for 6 months." And I was like, "Fuck that." So I had a friend refer me and all this stuff, and then, long story short, I had to have surgery, like general anesthesia. They put me under. It was called a closed reduction percutaneous pinning, and I have like it's straight now, but like I've got pins here, here, and like yeah. I had a cast and everything, but I was waiting until we came back on.
Why would you wait for this? This is why I said at the beginning of the show. Like, why the fuck?
That's why you've
That's
only
just
been
not.
doing leg days?
I still bench and all that stuff,
So
but
you haven't lifted. So you did lift.
yeah, I've been lifting, but I just can't like do deadlifts. Pretty
All I
simple
Something's
can
fix.
spotting
think
for
when
you.
you're telling that story is, I mean, confirmed the canon that I have.
That's
I'm sure
exactly
you got
why.
mossed on what that was too. I imagine I imagine
Well,
you tried to
you're
tip it away and I snatched it out of your
I
hand.
can't even be mad at Luca anymore when he misses passes because like I'm putting Chris in anesthesia. Chris had surgery on his hand after he left our house. Caitlin, she didn't even acknowledge me.
that's why I saved it because I knew you would say you had you possessed some type of cannon arm and just figured we'd have
I
some
mean, I
fun with
knew
it.
it. I knew it. Usually I'm known for my accuracy and like touch, but I could still rip it.
You could throw it like Fields sometimes.
Yeah. No,
Oh, God, I wish we could I wish we could observe Fields on the field.
well, I'll tell everyone why why you hate Russ now.
I don't hate Russ, but I just don't think our offensive line is designed to support him. He needs a shield.
Well,
So what happens is our tackles suck. We know
well, can
that.
I stop you real quick? Because I disagree with one thing you said already. You don't get these grades on these guys like we send back and forth like Zach Frazier, McCormick, like constantly top grades. Um, I think the receivers suck. Like no one's open. I mean, I
So
know he
here's
misses Muth sometimes, but like people aren't open for him to throw to. And Fields did the same thing right at the beginning. Remember, he wasn't letting it rip, but he was able to escape.
mhm. And
But
here's
like,
my thing with it is that whenever Russ, like you'll notice when the pocket like just gets a little tight, Russ does his thing. He's like, and he like shrinks up. He like goes like this. And I think he misses reads because they were pointing it out in the last game how he was missing some of those intermediate routes. So
he's
I feel
never
like
done that, they said.
once he hesitates, he misses that break, and then people are just, you know, nobody's getting the ball. With Fields, at least you have to take into account the fact that he can rip off a 15 to 20 yard run at any point in time. You don't fear that with Russ. It's almost like having old Ben back there at the end of his
Watch it,
career.
watch it,
Mm.
watch it.
Listen,
There'll be no Ben talk.
I'm talking old Ben as far as being a statue.
Old Ben can play right now.
He's breaking his kid's fingers.
Yep. Old Ben can play. Smo, thoughts? I mean,
Yeah,
you
man.
could say it till the cows come home, dude. They're not putting him in.
uh, uh, the more I think about it, the more it's just like I can't just pinpoint it on like the quarterback position or anything. Like the entire team is just like they're a 10-7 team, dude. Like they won 2 games this year
Again.
without scoring a touchdown. Like
Wow.
what Tomlin has proven to be great at is squeezing wins out of limited talent. The team's got limited talent, man. Who won our
I don't
offense? Who won our offense? Look at real quick off the top of your head the other good teams, and we'll just stick to the AFC. Look at the Chiefs, Bills, who like Chargers if you want. The other
I
good
don't know
teams,
any
Ravens.
players on the
Who on
Bills.
our offense is starting for one of those other teams?
I think all of them start on the Bills.
I
You don't
mean,
think
I,
Pickens or Harris? You think Cook's better than Najee or Warren? They're at least the same. I think Muth's starting on all
I
32
think Muth
teams.
is the only player we have on offense that's guaranteed to be playing on all those other teams. Dude, we've got
Dude, I don't know any of those guys.
our O line doesn't move anybody. We've used two, like one of them's not playing. We got a first round pick, a second round pick, free agency dollars on that line. Dan Moore, what? It's a 4-year fucking starter, dude. Do you not improve over 4 years? They don't like.
We
And
thought they'd be so good.
yeah, like when listening to like the radio and all the people talk about it, of like, oh, we do these first down runs all the time. I'm like, yeah, like you're
We should be
allowed
getting
to
six out of it.
execute. You're allowed to
Yeah,
fucking execute, man. Like
right.
I watch these plays; they're blown up at the line,
yeah.
majority of the time. Yeah, like Russ can't escape, but like I've numerous times have seen him drop back, hits his like third drop back, and the tackles are already collapsed. Hendrickson worked Dan Moore last weekend. Like
Killed him.
they can't block people. They don't have Antonio Brown anymore. They've got a good tight end. They've got a talented receiver who doesn't have a head on his shoulders, and then a bunch of dudes that they don't use. Like I was saying this in our text thread. Like on our offensive roster, who has the capability to score on a moment's notice? Pickens, we've seen him get 80-yard touchdowns on quick slants. I've seen Jalen Warren run like 90-yard touchdown runs against people. I've seen Mike
Au-
Williams make 50-50 catches when given the opportunity. But like we
Austin has
still run how many
up the
plays with
seam.
with McCole Pruitt, Darnell Washington, and Van Jefferson out there? Van Jefferson's playing 60% of the snaps. For what? We don't like just put the playmakers out there and see what
Where is
happens.
Roman?
Like I don't get it. Like you have some players who are capable of doing some things. Like have we
So do
ever
you
seen
think
a
it falls
play
back on? Do you
when
think it goes back
Williams,
on
Austin, and
Smith?
I don't, dude. At this point, I
Because we
think
liked
like
him.
the going in a shell safe offensive strategy is just a Tomlin thing. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
So
Like
We
these guys
do.
get here and it's just like Tomlin steps in. Like we put 40 on the same
But
team a
Ben never
month
used, but
ago.
we didn't do that
The
with
team
Ben,
fired their
though.
defensive coordinator after the game. They held us to 17 points.
But he
Like,
wasn't like that with Ben. That tells me how much Ben just took that offense and
yeah, I
said,
think
"Fuck it,
Ben
I'm doing this."
Ben won a Super Bowl before he got there. I think he understood that he had like today's offensive football, like we to an extent originated. Like we are the ones that had Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, and we're scoring 30 at will. Like I think ever since Tomlin's like, I don't have those dudes anymore. I know that we can win by like keeping it close,
One
pulling
point.
something out. We're just gonna run. We're gonna keep the ball away from you, and like we can't do that now. We
it's
can't
a
do it.
it's a dangerous way to live, and something that you had mentioned with the line and just plays getting blown up. Remember, I take it back to that first Browns game. How many times did we go for it on fourth and short and we just failed to push the pile? Like we're not the team that we want to be. We don't move the pile. We're not the Eagles. We don't have a tush push or anything like that.
Dude, we don't move the pile at
It is
all.
not at all. We get
No.
I
destroyed.
Oh
hate
my
3rd and 1. I'd
God.
rather be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 1's
But to your point,
terrifying.
if you like, and then this is like, Tomlin doesn't want to live in his fears, but then like like that game was 10, what was it, 10-7 at that point?
What on the
When we were
Bengals
going for
game?
the third and yeah, third and one, fourth and one that we're
I think
going
it was
for in our own
13-7.
territory. Like, dude, we barely moved the ball at all in that first half. Be
We don't get
thankful that
enough
we're not getting our
plays.
asses kicked right now. Punt it away, regroup, and just like, and then to your point, if it's in your head, Tomlin, that you're willing to go for 1 yard 2 times, put fucking Fields in the game then. That's like that's when you do it.
Yeah.
My man could sneak that because he's 6'3", 6'2", whatever he is. He's bigger than Russ. My man could bootleg it and run for 20. You could read option him. Like, if you're gonna go for it 2 times, just take Russ out. Like this dude's on the sideline right now. You've used him to seal games in victory formations like this. Just get the 1 yard because you
Wasn't
know
it
your
that
line's not going
Yeah,
to
but
push
then
it.
he gets stuffed because he's gotten stuffed before, and then it's like, hey, just slam it up the middle. Uh, why don't we just run Najee twice? It just comes down to executing the plays. Like
Yeah,
the line can't do it. They can't.
Yeah, it's sad. That third down, that sneak, wasn't that on that drive whenever Russ just fell and we did not get it? And then we had to try and go for it on fourth down. Wasn't that the same drive?
it's like the third and one. He had a wide
No.
open
I think
sneak.
they even overturned it. They called it a
Yeah.
first down and took it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Replay assist does not assist the Steelers. It never does. I'll tell you what.
No.
And the defense did its job. I mean, we held Burrow, Chase, T. Higgins. I mean, we're not going to see another offense like that in the postseason. And we held them to one touchdown. Like that game was so winnable. And what happened to the creativity? Remember against, I forget who it was, but Russ had that real nice pass. It was against the Bengals. He had that real nice pass where he had pressure in his face and he did a little half step and threw it the move, strike, touchdown. Where did all that creativity go? Like we've just completely, I don't know, we went really bland. And
It's because, dude, it's because the talent that in this last 4 games is so much better. Those D-back, those defenses are amazing. They're the best in the league. And we don't have guys, and we played half of them without Pickens. We're our
yeah,
best guy. We don't have anybody who can get open or make a contested catch. We just don't. And shame on, we said this all years. Like, how do you not get
We
these
do, but
guys? There were guys there
we
that we
don't
could have
play
got.
him. We sent a 5th round pick for Mike. Like Mike Williams is not the Mike Williams he was years ago. But I've seen him. When we 2 times ran it for nothing with McCole Pruitt and crew on the field, and it was 3rd and 9, and we threw up a jump ball to Mike Williams, caught it. I seen another game where he made a catch. He won us the Commanders game, his only play of the game. Like you throw him the ball. Like I've seen enough out of him to know, okay,
He's
this 6'4"
big.
dude, Like if you put him out there and they're willing to just single cover him, he's going to catch his fair share of balls. We don't even put him on the field, dude.
Mhm.
I don't
Like how
So
understand.
much?
conservative.
I
It's
just don't I don't understand how if you trot it out there with him and Pickens on the outside and Calvin Austin in the slot, like you can't double cover everybody.
you got Moose out there. Like,
Pickens or Mike Williams are going to be single covered, and I'll take a shot throwing them a 50-50 ball every once in a while. Or if you're going to play cover two, Calvin's proven that he can get open. Like he has. Like he's like our one improved player this year. And if
Mhm.
it's not him, Muth has proven to be a bona fide, like worth the contract he got. Like there's got to be something
Yeah.
there. Stop playing Van Jefferson 60% of the time. McCole Pruitt doesn't need to see the field. Cordero Patterson shouldn't be on the team anymore. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah. I feel like they don't even play Washington outside of the red zone anymore.
that's sad because he was getting a lot of catches. Man,
Him and Russ had that rollout play
where's
that
that play been? Yeah.
it stopped working like 2 times in a row and then just never did it again. But they'll do that toss. They'll run that
oh,
toss.
that toss. Ooh. Yeah, Najee will get hit 5 yards back in the backfield. But yeah, we're conservative to a point. It's just painful to watch us on offense. You know me, I'll put the tinfoil hat on and say that we're just baiting everybody. But with all of these gripes that we have, what the hell is going to happen Saturday night when we go to Baltimore?
You know, I think we'll like somehow win, dude. I really do. And it's so gay, like to play football that way. Like I
I
don't
know.
care.
What's
Uh,
worse? What's the way we play football or Lamar's choice of women's perfume fused with men's cologne?
I mean, like colognes and perfumes are all like unisex now, so who knows what
Uh,
people wear.
that's wild.
Um, if Zay Flowers doesn't play, and that's why I say I think we can win. If he doesn't play, dude, who do they got? Bateman,
Yep.
Andrews,
Mhm. Isaiah Likely's more athletic
but they don't
than
play at the
Mark
same
Andrews.
time, I don't think, or rarely.
Sometimes they
Who's their
do,
other
but
receiver?
it's really just Aguilar, Nelson Aguilar. Yeah.
Scrap heap. So like
D.
we can play those guys
Yeah.
without having to, and then without having to like give up shit to Henry.
Yeah. So if we can hold the Bengals, like I said, it's going to be the best offense we
And
would
I think what's his
see.
name's coming back, Jackson, right?
Dante?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine. I mean, he gets picks and stuff, but I'll be honest with you,
he hasn't played well.
Let's see.
I
Here we go.
really like what Trice did. And the reason being, in that Eagles
So
game,
bad.
hold on. That Eagles game, a lot of those drives where we couldn't get off the field, who was missing open field tackles? It was Dante Jackson.
Okay,
Corey
I'm not
Trice,
saying
Corey Trice he's an inch taller than Joey Porter Jr. And he's about 10 pounds heavier. He's a big boy. He's a very sure tackler. And he was right there on Chase. He has a claim to be the best receiver in the league. Burrow also can make a claim to being one of the top 2, 3 quarterbacks in the league. And they have at least 4 years of experience together dating back to college. So yeah, they're gonna make some plays. On that little back shoulder he threw to Chase, Trice was there. I mean, they just made a hell of a play. Great ball placement. That's something that Burrow's known for. And then Chase is shifty. He's that dude. Let's be honest. So Trice being there, Trice
he's
not letting
he's
him
him.
getting for receivers. Yeah. I mean, who else? We're not going to see a better one. In the rest of the playoffs, we will not see a better receiver. I'll tell you that right now. We won't see a better receiver quarterback combo. That is for certain than what we just saw. And also, it's probably good that our defense got to play that gauntlet, seeing the Bengals, seeing the Eagles, seeing the Ravens whenever they were absolutely desperate. We saw a bunch of teams which it was a playoff atmosphere. So we know what it looks like. And then we
And they
get to go to
murdered
Baltimore.
us. None of them
Okay.
were close,
But
Well,
not
let's
the Ravens game was
but that's
Philly.
always
Philly.
close.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
so the
I guess
Ravens
the
game was
Bengals were
Ravens
close.
game comes down to two plays.
yeah, like if you think about it, with the Ravens, the game was tied. Russ says YOLO and goes for it. If he slides, we take the lead, at least by 3 points.
Well,
And
he has to
so
do it.
he fumbles. I wasn't even mad at him for that because I was
I
like,
loved it. I loved he
yeah, I
did
was
it.
like, he's a competitor. Fuck it. But then that pick six, then I want to strangle him. He's thrown two picks to Marlon Humphrey. Please don't do it again. Now, the Eagles game, wasn't we were about to tie the
That
game,
was
and then
Najee's fault.
how
Yeah.
often does Najee fumble? That was like rare as all get out. And so we were
The
in
Chiefs
those
game was
games.
no shot.
Chiefs game, we got the Grinch stole Christmas. And like, what the hell? That was
Hey, dude,
awful.
do you know what I'm sitting here thinking about Saturday? Do you know what is killing me about this team is just the auto 7 yards, dude. Given the cover, the soft zone,
Yeah.
it's a guaranteed seven. We don't ever get that. I mean, our team's not doing that to us. Why are we not getting guaranteed sevens? Dude, how does Tomlin send these guys out here and be like, okay, drop back 10 yards? It's 3rd and 6. Drop back 12 yards.
Did
What
you
is
see
that? What
that
is that?
the Chiefs game film that I sent in the chat? There was one play where Minka was lined up like 30 yards from the line of scrimmage. They're like, what what is he doing on this play?
He's
It's
just
not
prepared for a punt just
like,
in
well, like
case.
what is he? He's completely not in the
Is
play.
that on the players or the coach? Like
Uh,
who's deciding that they go back that far? Does anyone know?
it's got to
No
be the play
idea.
call, man.
But I know that none of us like Terrell Austin. And it dates back to last year for me during the Packers game, that last play. Minka's hurt. He's not playing. And he's like, what are you doing? And he changes the call. He's like flipping out on Austin on the sideline. And he's like, dude. And then we call timeout. We change the call. We win the
This is
game.
what
Like
game?
against the Packers.
Oh,
Y'all were there.
we were drunk in the stands. I
Yeah.
don't
I was
remember
like,
Yeah,
that
you weren't
happening.
there.
whatever.
You'll be there one day.
I mean, it's just clear that our strategy is to limit the big play, and when you get in the red zone, we try to hold you to three. And I'm not a fan of that strategy.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, we're gonna have to.
And that's not changing anytime
No,
soon
Dude,
because
I
we're
think
not going to be bad enough to get a good quarterback. It's going to be another bridge year of somebody, whether it's Fields, Russ. It can't be Russ again. I think
thank
that's
you.
off the table.
Thank you. Because y'all were
Like,
like, oh, resign Russ, 3 years, $100
well,
million.
dude, he had
dollars.
won 6 straight games. I mean, if the line was better, he could still sling it. And
Nah,
if the
man.
line was better and they got him one more receiver, he's good
This
enough.
is this is something we haven't explored. I meant to ask this before we did this, but the running game. I wonder what our yards per game were during the Fields era versus when Russ took over. Because I feel like we got worse running the ball
Well,
once
we
Russ
ran it
got there.
more, I think, with Fields.
Well, I think we were more effective because you have to respect the fact that you don't know what the hell's going on with Justin Fields. I just think that defenses stress more about Justin than what they would ever with Russ. Like at this point in time, like where he is in his
I don't
career.
know. They stress on the deep ball. Fields doesn't do that. I mean, Russ, you have to respect that.
The only thing I'd say Fields lacks is the touch. Because I mean, he's got a rocket for an arm.
I remember this one pass he threw to Pickens.
Against Denver, right?
Yeah, it was like
You couldn't even see the
106.
ball.
No, it was only like 7 yards too. And he
Oh, you mean that one?
gunned it to
No,
him.
I mean the one where he threw it down the field off
Oh
one
yeah, yeah,
leg
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right over Sertan, and like it got called back because of course, Broderick Jones, who's been kind of quiet lately.
Do you remember the
But
one he threw to Darnell Washington where he should
oh
have been?
god, good grief. Yeah, yeah. If he could learn that touch, and I just feel like he's in
But
a
I
good
don't think
position
that's
to behind
learnable,
Russ.
dude.
I don't
You
know.
haven't learned it
I'm not a quarterback.
in anything.
I'm supposed to finesse a football to anybody.
Football, putter.
I putt. Hold on. Don't start talking about putting. Just relax. Just don't do this. Don't do this. You lost the observers open. You have no room to talk right now.
All right, so we given anybody. We saw Smo's prediction. What was it, Smo? 20. 24-17 or something.
24-13.
47-13. Or yeah.
24-13 Ravens. Snowy Saturday here again.
And I think they score late. Like we play it close. The end score looks worse than it actually was.
The line's almost 10 now, 9.5.
I like that. But these fools,
Opened at 7.5.
I think we
yeah.
can win. I
My
just I
prediction
don't
is
I don't have like they look like ass for a month, and it's just like kudos to them if they're able to flip the switch and truly forget about all that. But like, struggling to see it right now.
but it won't matter, dude.
Oh no, Kansas City will
Well,
just come out and tear us the fuck apart the next
well,
week.
we're only going to beat the Ravens because we know the Ravens.
Yeah.
That's the only shot we got. When we have to go play Kansas City, game 2,
What do you think? Like,
that line will be
and this is
15.
I should say this in case we do win and we actually have to talk about it. But like, say we win this game and we go to round 2 at Kansas City. Like, what's the conversations in the defensive room? Like, what's our strategy, knowing that they just picked us apart? Like,
don't
but
leave
we
Kelsey
don't have
wide
we
open.
don't have a way to combat like what they do. We just don't.
That's what Brady did.
Yeah, we don't. Tomlin just like doesn't know what to do. He just shits on himself. There's no
We don't
answer
have
for it.
guys that can play man.
I mean, do you just line them up and
Yeah.
just say like, "Hey, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna press cover, and just like if they beat us
Hopkins.
deep, they beat us deep." But
Yeah. I think that's all you can
Uh,
do.
I feel like if we could get to Kansas City, I would love for the Broncos.
We're
Well, yeah, it
playing the
would be Kansas
Bills.
City, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're yes.
Mm. Let's see what happens with that
Unless
Broncos team.
Denver beat the Bills.
yeah,
Yeah. And then we would end up playing the winner of the four.
Chargers, Texans.
I wouldn't mind that. But if let's say we
Did
were
you
to
imagine
win,
before you say this, can you imagine if we beat the Ravens, Denver beat Buffalo, and then like Houston beat LA and it was Houston, us, and Denver, right?
yeah.
Am I missing one?
Or
could you
wait,
could
Missing
you
one.
imagine if
Like
if we beat the Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, and Eagles to win to win the Super Bowl?
wait, and that brings me to, the text of it brings me
It'd be
to
the
the
greatest run
text.
of all time.
It really would be. And
No
the thing
Yeah.
is,
shit.
we had that little down run, but we got to see everybody, right? But then we'd have an opportunity for this redemption. We do know Baltimore incredibly well. I'm glad that we lost them the second time because to beat a team 3 times in a season, it's tough. I think we're in a really good position to get out. The pressure's on Baltimore. Let's be honest,
Pressure's
because
on Baltimore with no
Lamar
Zay. I'm telling you, dude, that's a
Lamar
big
still
loss.
has Lamar still has that playoff stench on him, and he has to come see us again. You think they figured us out? No, people were being left wide open. Deshaun Elliott wasn't there. Hold on. But if we were to do all of that, I mean, and make it to the Super Bowl, it brings us to the text of I guess, the last 2 months, the text of the episode where Grant said, going to a Super Bowl and losing would be more traumatic than seeing your parents slaughtered.
Dude, it really would.
That was it actually, yeah, because we were talking about going like to a playoff game.
I don't know if I
Talking
could.
about
I really, I would, it would have to be like a Super Bowl where the 7 seed snuck in on the NFC side and it's like, oh, we can beat them. But like playing the Eagles again or the Lions, oh, dude,
what if it was the Vikings?
I would go.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot. I was just thinking of Darnold. I forgot about Addison, and I mean
Jefferson.
the good thing is about those like those are retread guys that can't run. Like we can, I feel like they're like you know, very a lot better cousins. Like could get after him. Our
Yeah,
pass
it's not like
rush.
he's fast. If the pass rush can get home, shoot. That's what I'm waiting to see. Oh, and this is another thing to be optimistic about. Cam, TJ, Highsmith, Baby Herbig, they're all
Everyone's
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah, like this is I can't remember. Well, maybe that one year, Ben's last year, they were healthy, but the defense did their thing. It's just the offense was just inept. TJ scored a touchdown
I
that
think they still
game.
scored 40, 50 on
Well,
us.
wait. But in the first, remember like the first quarter,
Yeah, you got a
we
fumble,
Yeah, we were up
keep them
we
seven
score.
scored
nothing.
we scored a defensive touchdown, but the offense just couldn't do anything. If the offense could perhaps supplement in some kind of way this defense, we are a force. We will be. And we've got a shot. I'm not scared. I'm really not scared of the
I don't know
Bills. I'm not
what
gonna lie to
they
you.
I don't know what they
I'm
sit
not scared of
there
the Bills.
this week. Like, how do they sit there this week? And what do they say? What does Smith say to these guys? Or what does Tomlin say? Like, what happened to you guys? You were scoring touchdowns. If you think it's a play calling, teams are better. I don't know. We're just redoing it. We're just
I
rehashing
know.
everything now. But
Art Smith is like guy. It's like the guy from InfoWars. And I'm sorry, YouTube, you may flag us for this reason. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. Like, come on, man. Those play call, it's been so bad. We did something that we didn't even do with Matt Canada, where we did not score a first drive touchdown all year.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Our scripted plays, we couldn't do it. So we're writing a bad offensive movie, but we're gonna
all
get back
right,
on it. We're gonna find a way to win in Baltimore. Fuck those rat birds. Go Steelers.
you didn't give your prediction.
Man, when it comes to a score,
Did I give mine?
I don't think
did you
so.
say a score? What did you?
17-16.
Ooh. We have the better kicker. So for them to even get to 16 is interesting. We definitely have the better kicker. 2017 Steelers. You didn't say who you had winning.
I know.
Who?
You
Reveal
already
it.
know, baby. Black and gold. You
I
think we
just
lose a playoff game first round? No chance. If we win, just know my wife is tied up or dead because I have to end the Caitlyn curse somehow. And so for those who
oh
don't
man,
know,
That's for real.
we haven't won a playoff game since I've met. I think it's met my wife. That
it
for sure
can't be.
married, for sure married. But so I think she put a curse on the team. We
That's why
figured this
Smo
out
said
this
take the
week.
kids and leave.
We figured that out this week, so we are going to address it. I haven't figured out a way yet, but
All I
that's
know is that if we lose, you have to get out.
deal. Deal.
All right, boys. Well, I missed y'all. It was good to get back after it.
Let's get back
So,
with a win.
yeah, let's hope we
Yeah,
got one more.
go time.
All right. See
All
you
right,
guys.
y'all. Observers out.